Hey everybody, so one of the last videos I made for you, I told you about my upcoming winter dilemma, meaning that I have a lot of plants and I don't know where to put them. So right now I'm outside in my unheated sunroom, which is a great place for my cats, number one, but also for my plants over the summertime. It gets pretty humid out here. I moved a lot of my HOYAS, a couple of my anthuriums out here, but it gets pretty cold. It's actually frozen. The first year that I lived here, I made the mistake of leaving some plants out here, and they sustained a lot of damage, unfortunately. I lost a few. So obviously I know I can't keep them out here. So in Massachusetts, it's been pretty cold. You know, the weather has been a little bit weird, on and off frosts. So I think today it's probably about 55 or 60. We've had a couple of nights that it's gotten down to almost a frost, or, you know, a frost depending on what part of 5B that you're in. So in my unheated sunroom right now, it's probably, I don't know, I'd say like maybe 40 degrees. It definitely feels a little chilly, and I decided it was time to come up with a solution for my plants. So I spent some time on Pinterest, of course, and then on Reddit. And then I figured out that I probably need a shelf and a lighting system. So I wanted to go through that with you and see what you think. Hopefully it works. It's probably going to be better than the alternative, which is all of my plants dying. So this is what I'm working with right now. I'm just going to found. So I have this pretty basic shelf that I got from Home Depot that I installed some fluorescent shop lights on. And I actually use this to start a lot of my seeds in February or March. I do have these heating pads out here, which can be really great, but I just don't really want to take any chances with these beautiful plants. I have a Hoya Crinkle 8. I have a lot of little Hoyas over here, some cuttings, some peperomia, some anthuriums. I know the Growlights might be a little close for them, but they seem to have been happy. I have this beautiful Cissus dicolor or discolor, I don't know how to say it, here. I have this beautiful Hoya macrophylla, this linearis. So as you can see, if you're a Hoya fanatic like me, I don't know what's happening, why this one is yellow, but hopefully it survives. That's a glabra. So I have a lot. They were very expensive, but I really want to try to save them. And then also I'll show you over here. I don't want you to, sorry, it's really gross in here. So this is my other Hoya little shelf. And these plants just really took off this year. So I came up with a plan, and I wanted to go through my setup with you. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we've moved upstairs into my bedroom. And this is the shelf that I decided to buy. I found it on Amazon. It's pretty basic. It wasn't that expensive. They had some more industrial looking ones that were a lot more expensive, but I decided on this pretty simple bamboo shelf. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shelves. I'm probably going to end up putting a pothos up on the top just because there's not going to be any light sources. And what I liked about this shelf that I'll link to in the description, here, let's go like this, there, is that the shelves are adjustable, meaning that, I installed it per the manufacturer's instructions last night, but if I have tall plants on the bottom, then I can rearrange the shelves a little bit so I can get them more to a position that I want. So I might end up having to change that. And then for my light source, so this is actually a south-facing window. Obviously, there's not enough light in this corner to really sustain anything, especially in the wintertime. So I bought these LED strip lights. I also bought them on Amazon. They were probably about $65, and they hopefully will work pretty well. So inside the box, maybe a little intimidating, but my plan was to put 2 of these strips on each shelf. So this box comes with 8 strips. Supposedly, as they tell me, there are, I don't know if they come with those command strips, but there's ways to adhere them to, whatever surface. So my plan is to use 4 of these shelves. So again, I might have to rearrange them, but to use 4 of the shelves over here and to put 2 strip lights on each one. I might plug it in and see how much light it gives off, because maybe I can, sort of stretch it a little bit, but we'll see. So, and this is supposed to be an all-in-one system. So there is a single plug here, but all of the strip lights should go together. Oh, maybe that's not right. Actually, it looks like each set of 2 needs to be plugged in. So I got to figure this out. I'll go over it with you once I do that, and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so I just loosely installed 2 of these lights. I connected them together. It looks like they can all connect. I'm sure that there's more rules than that, but I'll have to update you when I have them all installed. But I just put 2 on one shelf, and so I'm definitely not a lighting nerd. They say that you should have some type of a light meter for your plants, especially if you're moving them around, or you wonder why something's not doing well and you say, well, it's got to have enough light over there. It's good to actually have a meter to determine whether the plants actually do have enough light. So I just downloaded this app. It was free on Google Play, and it's called Lux Light Meter. And there's 2 measurements. One is lux. I don't really know what that means, but I think things are generally measured in FC, or foot candles. So just from this brief amount of research that I did, it says that on a sunny day, if there was nothing around, nothing blocking it, you would have about 10,000 foot candles. So that's a lot. So for Hoya plants, which is what, again, I'm looking to sort of baby over the winter time, it says that they need about 300 FCs, or foot candles. So what I did is I just turned these lights on, and there will be a switch that controls all of them when I actually install them. So, and you want to measure the light at where the leaves will be. So these are actually probably going to be up here. So I'm just going to, but the leaves will probably be approximately this distance. So directly under the light meter is reading 290. So if I turn both of these on, it goes up to 600, and it's kind of all over the place. So it looks like it's ranging, depending on how close I get to the light, it's ranging from 520 up to 550. So I think I might actually alternate. So I might do 2 on the top, 1 down here, maybe 2, maybe 1, and we'll see. I can always switch things around. They did come with command sticky hangers, so I can always play with things when, if I decide to change my mind. The lights also came with zip ties. So I'm going to go ahead and try to install these, and I'll show you the final outcome. So that was actually pretty easy. We'll see how they hold up with the humidity. And going back a little, I chose my bedroom for a couple of reasons. One, space. Also, I know we're in the middle of a pandemic and everything, but I don't want to scare my people who may come over with all the house plants. I already have quite a few cats, so I don't want them to think I'm totally crazy. So it's hiding up here in my bedroom. I'm probably going to put this on a timer, so the lights will come on probably 8 a.m., maybe go off, I don't know, later in the day. I haven't decided. They probably don't need 12 hours of light, but I'll have to do a little bit more research. But also in the wintertime, for my allergies, and just because we're in Massachusetts and it gets so dry for my skin, my hair, I run a humidifier in here pretty much all the time. So, I thought that instead of getting another appliance and setting this up somewhere else, I'll just, use something that I already have set up in here. So that's one reason why, those are the reasons why I decided to use my bedroom. And also I really love Hoyas, so, what better way to wake up in the morning than to be facing your beautiful, expensive Hoya plants. So it only took me a couple of minutes to set up, which is pretty cool. So the true test is here. I'm going to plug in the final thing, turn them all on. Ah, they're all on, except for these two. Hey, that looks pretty cool. These things are kind of eyesores. I'll have to figure out what to do about these. But it's really easy. You know, it didn't take me very long. Using my little light meter, let's go down and see. So on the top shelf, with 2 lights, 310. On the bottom shelf, 200. So I'll have to keep that in mind. On this shelf with 2 lights, 340. And on this shelf with 1 light, 245. And then on the bottom shelf, we got 350. So that's pretty good. You know, I'll have to keep in mind, I mean, I think that I do have some Hoyas, especially the ones that have dark leaves. They may not need as much as the other ones. This seems pretty bright to me. But I think that this looks great. I might actually put some of my anthuriums here too. So that's the next thing, is I'm going to try to set up some plants here. So wish me luck. So I moved most of my plants from that plastic shelf in the sunroom, and there's really no rhyme or reason to how I arrange these. I realized a couple of things as I was doing this. One, my plants that I have trellised are not going to fit, so that's okay. I'll just rearrange some things. Again, this is a south-facing window, so you know, I have a little bit of flexibility there. And number 2, they're all pretty thirsty, so I have to water them. And number 3, I need a lot of little trays to go under the pots, so it doesn't just all drip down. So before I water them, that's what I'll do. But I think it looks pretty cool. You know, I mean, I don't know, this is exactly what I was picturing. So I have my a Hoya here, a Curtisii, my Macrophilia, Albo marginata. I have a bunch of little ones. This is, oh God, I can't even say this one. But I'm just going to play with them a little bit, get them all on the shelves. On the bottom, I have my propagation box. This is a new hobby for me. I have a couple of plants that I was rooting, and they just started to look a little shriveled. So I had heard about propagation boxes, figured I would give it a try. We'll see how things go. But so I have that on the bottom, just in case the cats decide to mess with it. Well, I'm actually not sure, but what I think I like about this system is I think you can just turn off 1 light. So if for whatever reason, you know, you were moving plants around or you got rid of some, you don't need to have all of them on all the time, even though actually the power starts from there. So within the circuit, you can turn them on and off. So I like that. So yeah, I'm just going to start, you know, sort of arranging them. I know I'm going to have a lot of plants here. Does anybody have any advice on this one? I don't know, the leaves are kind of soft. The roots were really great, very vivacious when they were in water, but actually it started yellowing before I put it in soil. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to take it out again, but I think I'm definitely going to lose one of the leaves, maybe both, but we'll see. But anyways, if you have any thoughts, let me know. And yeah, here we go. So I'll move that one here. This is my nice little Bella. Running out of room already. Woes of a plant-crazed lady. And I have this really pretty Crimson Queen that I actually bought as a cutting, and I love it. So I got that one. And these are going to stay. We have a couple more. This is a very thirsty anthurium. So I'm probably going to try to make room for that one too. maybe down here. And that one's not going to fit. And then this, I don't know if it's actually going to stay here, but this is a pothos plant that I had, and I don't really know where else I'm going to put it. So for now, it has a side pony. Looks not bad. I probably will do a lot of rearranging over this, you know, as I buy those little pots and stuff, but I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. So I'll link to the products in the description so you can see what I used. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.